Hey everybody, my name is Derek Christensen and I'm a probate attorney in Dallas, Texas. Today I wanted to give you a general overview of the quite complicated probate system in the state of Texas. But before I dive into that, I wanted to let you know how to reach out to me directly. You can find me at my email, Derek, D-E-R-E-K, at legionlawpllc.com, or you can find me on my website, www.legionlawpllc.com. So with that, let's dive into the quite interesting and complicated system of probate in Texas. Now, I've heard it before. People are actually pretty satisfied with probate in Texas because it's way better than other states. I agree with that. It is cheaper and faster in Texas to go through probate than, say, California, New York, Illinois, other states. That being said, just because a crap sandwich has less crap in it doesn't make it less crappy. You know, it still sucks to eat a crap sandwich. And that's how I kind of describe probate. Probate, again, for those who do not know, is the legal process by which you have a judge confirm who's in charge and who is split, or how to split everything up of the assets of a deceased person's estate. So if I pass away, my wife will have to go through probate to get a judge to approve her to be in charge and to split everything up to give herself those assets, even if I have a will, even if I don't have a will. We can plenty of other videos talk about how to avoid probate, but this video is what if you are in probate. And this is where I actually need to pull out my really big, thick probate book. I got it right here, lots of notes and whatnot, but I wanted to show you just how complicated it is, because in Texas, while it is easier and faster to go through probate, you must make sure you pick the right one, because otherwise you're going to go down the wrong path and either pay too much and waste too much time, or you will not accomplish the legal authority that you need to accomplish in order to access the assets after someone has passed away. So more specifically, I'll show you this web right here. This is what happens if you die without a will. This map right here will determine what type of probate you will go through. And you know, it's all these boxes and, you know, if this, then that, and it actually helps you understand what's going to happen, but it is complicated and it's not easy. This is the map if you have a will, right there. So, either way, you really do want to talk to an attorney, because each one of these steps, if you mess up even one slight little bit, can set you right back from the beginning and you have to pay for an attorney again. Probate on average usually costs about $2,000 to $8,000 depending on the circumstance. And that's if everything goes smoothly. That's assuming that everything goes smoothly. But if family members start fighting, it can be dramatically more expensive than that. And if you have people that you can't find, if you have people who don't want to talk to you or sign documents, it makes things so much longer and so much more painful. All that is to say my original statement, which is probate is not fun. It is not good. Please don't go through it. But if you do go through it, there are many types of probate. And the first one, I'm going to make sure I don't miss anything out of all these things, but the most common form of probate is going to be called the letters of testamentary. You're filing an application for letters of testamentary. And what that means is we have a will and we want somebody to give us authority from a judge to go and access the assets named in the will. So if I write a will and I pass away, my wife most likely will have to go to go through and get letters of testamentary in order to access those assets. That one usually costs about $4,000. It takes 3 to 4 months. And again, not fun, but it is what it is. If you have a smaller estate where you have just a will and maybe a house and some bank accounts and that's about it, then you might be able to do what's called a muniment of title. Now, this particular type of probate is faster, it's cheaper. It usually costs about $2,500, $3,000. It takes a month or two to take care of, less paperwork, but you still got to do it if you have a will and if you have a house. Other situations are where you have a small estate affidavit that can be used to transfer assets if there are few and there aren't that many wills involved, or if the will is just not important to take to court. If you don't have a will, you can go through the heirship proceeding, which is the worst form of probate, where you have to go hire additional attorneys to investigate your family tree. You will have to prove that you are able to access those assets, that you're entitled to them, that the default laws of Texas actually give you those assets, and so much more. And that usually costs about $7,000, takes 6 months. I don't know. It's pretty bad to go through that one. And there are other ones. Let me double check if I'm not missing any of them. But yeah, there's small estate affidavit, application for heirship, letters of administration as well is a tack on to the heirship proceeding. What I'm trying to say, and I'll be honest, this video isn't for me to go through every single one of those and give you all the details. The main point is that this is complicated. It's not easy. And again, if you pick the wrong one, for instance, if you pick a small estate affidavit, but the estate is worth more than $75,000, then that small estate affidavit doesn't count and banks won't accept it. So you'll go back to letters testamentary or heirship proceeding, and you'll have to pay for both, and you'll go through 3 months of that and then realize you made a mistake and go through 4 more months of it. And it can drag on for years and years. So my recommendation, my strong recommendation is that anytime anyone has passed away in your family, talk to an attorney. Just figure out what's happening, what are the negative consequences if you don't go through probate, if you do go through probate, et cetera, et cetera. Sometimes you can avoid probate entirely if the estate just happens to be set up a certain way. If the spouse owns everything jointly with the other spouse, then most of the time you can avoid probate unless you're trying to downsize and sell real estate. So I don't know. There are a lot of circumstances where an attorney can just set you right, explain what's going on, and help you navigate these maps, right? And again, measure twice, cut once. You don't want to go through probate multiple times in Texas, let alone anywhere else. So if you have any questions on that, I'd be more than happy to show you what kind of probate you might go through right now, or what a probate your loved one will have to go through in order to access their assets after they've passed away. You can email me directly. Any questions, commentary, concerns, Derek, D-E-R-E-K, at legionlawpllc.com, or you can go to my website where you can go to our Contact Us page and schedule a free consultation for free over the phone at www.legionlawpllc.com. So with that, have a great day and thanks for watching.